look out a little bit, AG Global, must-win game. Boom Esports, even more a must-win game. This is the last game of their group stage. If they lose this, they are most likely going to be out. Unless AG Global also lose their last 2 games, then that means we're going to get a tiebreaker at the end of the day. So this is the most important game right now in Group B. Let's head on to the Gorge and let's see what these 2 teams have cooking up.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the Orgren once more go into the clash lane, because we were given a little bit of advice here from the KPL casters as well yesterday, saying how well it does work and how fast the wave clear is right now. And we're already seeing that 1v1 clash already going on, and Miggy looking pretty low. Oh, the flash being exhausted this early on, and a recall. AG Global are definitely playing aggressive in this one, and we're already seeing like enemy jungle invade.
Oh my, I was not expecting that much early damage from the Organ. I'll be totally honest with you. Nearly solo killing at the start of the game, and they're looking to try and invade, but Musashi being able to clear them 2 camps in time was very, very smart. But again, this is kind of like what KPL were doing, putting the Lady Sun and the Ming in that mid lane, getting the pushing power in the mid lane, and roaming into the enemy jungle, trying to get that little bit of advantage in the early game. And Boom Esports at the moment have to be the ones that are going to have to be reactive at the moment. We're seeing Snow right now. Snow, I think, one of the highlight players on AG Global. We were casting him over in the EMEA scene for the wild card. His playmaking potential on this on the clash lane is absolutely insane. You know, the Mayin was one of his pocket picks, was a really, really strong pick for him to go for. But on this Orgren, it's a little bit of a different play style, but still can just provide this same amount of power.
Yeah, I mean, Kin was saying in the analyst desk part before this game that the Migi and the Snow head-to-head is going to be one to look out for. And we're already seeing quite a fruitful 1v1 going on in that clash lane, especially even before the 1-minute mark, where we almost thought that we were going to lose Migi already. But this could be something here, Stu. A 3v1 cooking up in that brush there. I'm pretty sure Snow is aware of what's about to happen here, because he's kind of backed up into his turret there for a little bit of safety. But with the Musashi, with the Lady Shen, and then obviously the Byron as well, it could be a fruitful engage. But no, he has definitely left himself to survive there, which is very good for him. We don't want to be seeing that Orgren being going to waste in the clash lane right now. But already we're seeing only a small differential in the gold difference.
Yeah, for sure. You're seeing how well Orgren can do at defending the clash lane as well, using the first ability just to be able to knock back the minions and kind of stop that tower dive from coming in. But I mean, this game in general, you know, Honor Kings in general, is such a game that focuses so much on communication. There's so much roaming that's happening around the map, as we can see at the moment in this game. You know, the Orgren now going into the mid lane, you know, the Menki going up top and now teleporting to mid lane. So much rotation, so many ways in which the teams can rotate and make plays around the map. So if anyone is missing at any point during the game, it's all about communication, actually telling your team when someone is missing. Say the Liam Poe has gone missing, you know, the Menki's gone missing, anything like that. The communication is so key to make sure you don't get caught out, which is exactly what we saw from Valkyries last time. But Liam Poe going for an engage here.
Yep, it's not quite the engage he was hoping for. First blood for Zaze, which is going to be super helpful onto that Lady Sun. Give me those resources coming through, baby. Those items onto Lady Sun is just going to make it such a more prevalent pick for the side of AG Global. And they're not just quite done yet. They've forced Dragon out of the competition. We saw the fruitful expectations of that rotation from the mid lane, because they're trying to set up this farm lane in order to get an easy Tyrant, but it looks like AG Global have definitely countered that strategy.
Oh, they might be looking for engage, though. They're trying to get that bot lane tower. They're not going to be able to, in the end. Miggy using that teleport from the top side to be able to get there, but they can rotate straight towards the Tyrant. This is such a huge objective at this point during the game. We're already seeing Snow trying to zone away with the Orgrim, just being able to ignore all that terrain with the ability. But this is going to really come down to a 50-50.
Oh, and Boom Magicics gets the Tyrant. So first Tyrant of the game going over to Boom Esports in true fashion, back-to-back, back-to-back Tyrant acquisition, but they lose the T1 in the mid lane. That, to me, is not a good trade.
Yeah, really difficult trade there. Actually, I think in the end, AG Global just decided to completely ignore the Tyrant, decided to go for the mid lane tower already, which is a super important tower to take. It just opens up the tower so much. They do trade though with the bottom lane tower, so overall, it's not looking too bad for Boom Esports. They have to kind of get this advantage at the moment with being able to get the extra gold onto the carries. But speaking of gold, look at that gold at the bottom. Zeiss, 4,000 gold already. Over 1,000 gold lead at 5 minutes into the game. It's kind of what you was talking about during the draft. You know, the Princess Frost doesn't really need that many resources. Princess Frost is more used for her utility, her zoning control. Zeiss and Ming are just rotating around the map at the moment and just using this to farm the Lady Sun and get to that late game even sooner.
Yeah, I mean, losing the Tyrant for the mid lane, it's an investment, right? Because now that enemy jungle now opens up for the side of AG Global. Zeiss is just going to get extra bank now. They could go for the Overlord, but they don't really need it as they're approaching the T2, both in the mid lane and the Clash lane right now. We are seeing potentially a takedown here. Yes, Zeiss gets the shot onto the second tier turret, but Boom Impressive getting caught out. He has to retreat. He's taken too much damage. The untargetable onto the Lady Sun gets nullified by Orgren, and Agizix looking pretty
Burn the
burner! Oh my Osotis, mwah, mwah, beautiful, as to take it to the higher ground turret, Stu.
Oh, this is such incredible play from AG Global. The analyst desk was mentioned how they had two really tough games yesterday, and this was really the important day for them. They lost against Weibo, they lost against KPL Dream Team. They're looking to try and end here. The Byron trying to flash it in onto Lady Sun, onto Zeiss, but the extra healing that's coming through from Ming at the moment, the survivability from the Lady Sun is just way too much to deal with right now, and Zeiss is completely popping off on the Lady Sun.
Absolutely. I mean, the high ground turret almost falling as well. We're almost at the 7-minute mark. Like I said, the Overlord was going to be pretty much a Brucey bonus for the side of AG Global as they try and take the Clash lane higher ground turret there, but Midgie almost falling down. We have almost a dominance here for AG Global right now. This is completely a different team than what we were only seeing partially yesterday. They are doing very well in this game, and they know how much this means to them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we saw them against KPL. They're actually one of the best performing teams against KPL, especially in the early games. So we know the potential of this team. We've cast them so many times, so we know the potential. In S2 Invitational, they were struggling a little bit. You know, they were in a different group to Boom Esports at S2 Invitational, so these two teams actually didn't come up against each other. But now we're seeing how AG Global, that boot camp that some people have been saying as well, that AG Global has been taking. You know, we were talking to Martin as well yesterday, you know, after the games yesterday, and Martin was saying that, look, we still have a chance. It was a very tough day today, but this is the day that matters, and they're making it count right now. They're playing super aggressive, and they're setting up so many plays against Boom Esports.
Yes, the Overlord potential coming through here with the Vanguards, already looking to assault the farm lane higher ground turret. So at first, the sights were on that high ground turret in the Clash lane, but now that has been shifted. They pick it up in that 8-minute mark. AG Global looking for their redemption arc right now, Stu, it seems, with another Vanguard in the mid lane. I don't think they might be able to get this here because Impressive with a fantastic engage back of the line. But Zeiss has just got too much damage too. Midgie's able to take out the Zeiss. They don't really have any damage here right now other than the Orgren. They are relying heavily on their Clash lane. Boom! Double kill onto Boom Esports. AG Global do lose their first life into this game, almost at the 9-minute mark, but that was a great engage from Boom Impressive though.
Zeiss goes down, but at what cost for Boom Esports? I think that's the big thing. They're trying so much to try and kill Zeiss, which with Ming by his side, it's so difficult to try and do, but they lose 3 members for it as well. As we see the end of the replay, we're seeing this Orgren pick. We didn't really expect him to be played in the Clash lane. We know he can be played in the Clash lane, but we've seen a lot in the jungle. But again, KPL bringing it out yesterday, AG Global bringing it out today as well, just showing the power of this hero, not only in the jungle, but also in the Clash lane. But another hero I want to talk about as they're taking down the Tyrant is Lived on Princess Frost. This is a hero that he has played so many times, played every single game pretty much in EMEA, qualifiers, played it so many times in S2 Invitational. This is a comfort pick for him. And you're seeing how the Princess Frost, the zoning control that it brings, and it allows the space for Zeiss to be able to tumble, to be able to use her first ability and get that extra damage with the range as well. So overall, incredibly impressive composition here for AG Global, and they're not going to slow things down.
No, yes, Lived is definitely Lived left love that Princess Frost pick throughout the Season 2 and the Open Series. We kind of saw him try and go for the Mai Shiranui at some point, but if you were to put Mai Shiranui into this draft now, you would be seeing at least 1k from Myosotis go away and 1k from Zay's go away, because you have to give it over to the Mai as well. So putting that Princess Frost this draft really allows Liv to just be able to play his best life on that Princess Frost. And it's really showing right now. They are 33k to 27. That's almost your 6k goal difference. They have more neutral objectives as well, and it doesn't look like they're stopping there. They have the Tyrant. We have Myosotis just completely just helping himself to the enemy jungle. So they have true control over this map so far.
Yeah, and this is a completely different game at the moment for Boom Esports. A very, very different game for them. You know, in the last game, they were the ones on the back foot. The problem this time is that they don't have that same sort of long-range engage that they did last time. No, you know, they don't have the Mosley pick this time. They have the Lian Po instead, which is a little bit difficult, which means that you saw the engage come in from Impressive, right? You saw the engage. He tried to go for an engage. He got a big, massive 4-man knockup in the end, but it's just not enough. They don't have the follow-up at the moment to take down Zays as well. As we're just taking a bit of a break here. It looks like Dragon, the mid laner for Boom Esports at the moment, having a few technical difficulties, so we'll hopefully get that sorted as soon as possible. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let's take a step back now. You know, this series, really important for both these teams. AG Global at the moment currently sitting 0-2. Boom Esports with that last win in the previous game against Falcons, now sitting at 1-3. This is the last game at the moment for Boom Esports in this group stage. AG Global still have to play Loops and Falcons later today. So if AG Global win this and also win one of the two games against Loops and Falcons, they're through. If AG Global lose, they have to win both the games, and then we get a tiebreaker at the end between AG Global and Boom.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that draft, if we've seen how Falcons have played so far, is we are pretty much happy that I feel like AG will at least get one victory later on. But we are going to be looking at a pre-match interview now with AG Global. Let's see what some of their thoughts were going into this match.
Hey guys, it's Chuchu again. This time we have Martin, the manager of AG Globals of Hong Kong, China. I mean, bro, yesterday has been super rough for you, but I don't blame you. You fought against KPL.
Yeah.
You fought against Weibo Gaming.
Yeah.
And the teams are not losing at all. What happened yesterday, really?
Actually, in the first game, we played against Weibo, and then we got the advantage in the first 10 minutes. But at the last 5 minutes, I don't know what happened, but still, I think it's some mistake made up by our teammates, and then so yeah, things happen, and then we lose it. But we still got the 6k income ahead, but we still lose it. So, but it's okay. But we're gonna tune it up last night, and then we train a little bit more, and then we just watch the replay, and then hopefully today we won't let it happen again.
So you talked about a lot when it comes to your first game yesterday, but when it comes to KPL,
actually for now we are the best one to place the performance. Is the best one against them, right?
I heard you guys were having a discussion like we at least got a kill or something.
And then we got 2 kills, and we got the first blood from Elor.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And then we tried to make the game get into 12 minutes. Oh, no, not 12. Around 11 minutes.
Oh yeah, the longest.
Yeah, the longest one. So we are happy for it for the second game. But the first game, yeah.
What's done is done.
I gotta cry.
But it's 2-0 for you. It's 0-2 for you right now. You have 3 more to go. Which gonna be Loops, which gonna be Falcon, and which gonna be Boom. I think, what are your thoughts when it comes to the next few games that you have to finish off today?
Actually, we got confident for these three teams. So I think Loop's gonna be our the biggest nightmare for now. Because in the season 2, we lose to them to 2-0, I think, in the BO3. So we got a nice plan. Like,
Revenge time.
yeah, revenge time for them. So waiting for us, Loops, and then we will try our best to beat you down.
Oh,
Yeah.
look out, Lewis. But
Look
last and not,
coming.
yeah, AJ is waiting for you.
Yeah.
But last but not least, there's so many supporters for AJ
Yeah.
as well. Say something in any language. that you-
English, any language. So,
yeah, there you go.
because I'm from Hong Kong, so let's go for the Cantonese first.
Sure.
Hello，咁多位，我哋係 AG Hong Kong，AG Global 啦，依家改咗名，咁啊，終於都嚟到 Riyadh 呢一邊打呢個嘅電競世界盃，咁啊，都所以想就大家都如果係能夠支持到我哋 AG Global 嘅話咧，都多多睇我哋比賽啦。Okay, so turn to English, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and then that's it. Finally, we get into EWC here in Riyadh, and then we are so hyped for this competition. So, fans of AG or even AG Global, please keep supporting us and watch the stream. And then, yeah, be with us. I really need your support.
Ho, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's it. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to
Thank
have
you.
you, Martin. See
Yeah.
you guys on stage, and good luck, AG.
Yep.
We always love hearing from Martin, don't we, Stu? We saw him yesterday after their first day at the EWC Midseason Invitational. He was a little bit deflated, but was trying to big him up with the, you got 2 kills, you lasted the longest, let's go. And he was like, yeah, but the coach wasn't happy. So, but yeah, thank you for the interview there with Martin. We do love Martin. He's such a character.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy to be around, and he lifts the spirits up,
Yes,
I think,
absolutely.
as well, which is going to be such a huge thing, I think, for this team after yesterday. Again, they were against 2 of the strongest teams in this group currently at the moment, KPL Dream Team and Weibo. Even against Weibo, though, when we were talking to him yesterday, even though it was in the B stream, he was saying how, like, AG Global played pretty well. Like, his team played pretty well during the early game. It was just kind of the mid and late game they kind of struggled. It was one team fight that Weibo were able to win that game. So they've gone neck to neck against Weibo Gaming. They've had the best performance by far against the KPL Dream Team. Yes, they lost, but we know how strong KPL Dream Team are in general. So coming into today, and even just going back to this game as well against Boom Esports, they're looking incredible to try and take this series overall. So we'll have to wait and see about that one as well. But yeah, when we go back into the game, we'll have to see how AG Global try and close this out. It's not done yet. You know, AG Global do have a very, very strong lead, but they have to try and end the game. They have to finish the game, because one simple mistake can turn the whole game around.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing about AG Global. I think this best of 1 format actually just enhances them, because we saw in season 2 they lost 2-1 to Loops and stuff like that. So having that best of 1, even though yesterday doesn't really show or prove what I'm saying right now, but they went against 2 of the best teams. So going against KPL, going against Weibo Gaming, but also being the closest matchup for both of these 2 teams is a phenomenal feat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's incredible so far for the side of AG Global, just being able to, you know, kind of take yesterday and kind of reset from yesterday as well. I'm sure they probably would have been playing scrims after yesterday, just would have been practicing and kind of rethinking about their strategy as well. You know, I think Lived going back onto the Princess Frost, as we mentioned during the cast, you know, him playing his comfort pick, you just see the potential that this mid laner has. If, for those who don't know, he was called Devil before in EMEA qualifiers for Season 2 Invitational. So it's really, really exciting to see him back on the Princess Frost as well. And Zeiss as well on this Lady Sun has been popping off this entire game, and they're funneling so much gold into him.
Yeah, it's really nice to see the Ming and the Lady Sun combo come through, because it's definitely promoting and it's a better playstyle for AG Global. And just look at the minimap. They only have lost 2 tier 1 turrets so far in this entire game, this 11-minute game, and it looks like they're going to go try and claim another high ground turret. They do it after such a pause. They were like, get me back in, coach. We need to take those higher ground turrets. They get the clash lane, but
Flank onto Lady Sun.
Onto Zays, but what is it going to cost once more, Stu? Boom Esports lose Miji. They lose Impressive. That is 2 impressive front lines gone. Lack their better words. Musashi goes down. They take down Snow. It's a double kill for AG Global. They got back in there and they get their first victory. Boom Esports not quite getting that back-to-back, Stu.
Not getting the back-to-back, and AG Global are now on the front foot in this group. Group B is theirs to take. They win 1 more game, they are able to go into the playoffs and into the quarterfinals.